guys, I'm Anissa and I'm back with another video. Today I want to share with you a Friday reads where I talk a little bit about the books that I've been working on over the past week, what I finished and stuff like that, if I've started something new. And yeah, so over the last week I actually managed to finish 2 books, so I'm very happy about that. And they're big books, both of them, so super happy to say that I did that. The first one I finished was The Way of Kings by Sanderson. This is the first book in the Stormlight Archives. It is set in the Cosmere universe, and this is obviously the big scope, the big thing that Sanderson created. Lots of lore, lots of things happening, and you can see sort of the big picture thing that he's trying to show us. And I've seen a lot of people, I mentioned this in the previous video, I've seen a lot of people talk about how they didn't like the first one because it was not a lot of things happened. It is not very plot focused, so if you go into this, definitely know that beforehand. This follows primarily 5 different characters. We have Kaladin, who's, I say, the main character. We follow him. He is a slave. He is a slave and has been added to the bridge people, the bridge men. And the bridge men are the lowest of the low. They are chosen to carry the bridges when people go to war so that they can cross the plains and stuff. And yeah, they literally are at the forefront of everything concerning the war. And lots of people are losing their lives doing this, and they have like no rights at all, more or less. So we follow him as he is added to this and yeah, try to sort of change things a little bit for the bridge men as much as he can. And it's really interesting in that way. We also follow Dalinar, and Dalinar is the former king's brother. The former king was killed by the Pashendi, and they are at war with them constantly. So these are the upper scale people. Upper scale? The people who are worth a lot. More important, at least. And he's a sort of prince. What do we call it? High prince, I think. And he is obviously trying to lead a war. And then there are some other people trying to lead their own wars and stuff. And he's trying to connect and gather the people together to be more of a united front instead of that. So that's his sort of purpose. And then you have his son Adolin, who is also like trying to do his thing, and he is worrying about his dad because his dad is seeing visions, and we don't know if these visions are visions or if he's trying to sort of slowly going insane. At least that's what he's thinking. And then we also follow a woman's perspective called Shellen. She is a scribe, and she becomes a scribe's apprentice with Jasna. So they are at a completely different setting. And then every time there's an interlude, we sort of see chapters from 1 or 2, 3 different people, like one chapter from things that happened only on these interludes. And they have something to do with everything as well. For me, it was a really good start out to the series. I love this. I had such a good time with it. I never really was bored. I understand if people can find it a little bit boring because of they want more plot-focused stuff, but I love getting to know my characters like this, the quieter start. And then I know that it always will have a purpose because I know Brandon Sanderson when he's writing, and there's always a purpose behind it. And yeah, I definitely was surprised about some of the reveals. And some of the reveals, I wasn't really surprised about them, but I still was a little bit, oh no, about them. Because I was hoping I was not right. Anyway. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. I think I'm giving it 5 stars. It's definitely one of my favorite Brandon Sanderson so far. So I'm looking forward to continuing with the series. So yeah, this was my take on that. The other book that I finished was The Devils by Joe Abercrombie. This is a standalone fantasy. And what can I say about this? This is sort of it's set in our world, in sort of our timeline, but we're following demons and stuff. It wasn't my kind of thing, 100%. I saw some people saying that this is like Terry Pratchett, but in a Song of Ice and Fire setting, and I don't really agree with that because I'm a big fan of Terry Pratchett, so I think that was a little bit misplaced. But I didn't mind it. It's not that there were some fun moments, and I definitely also liked some elements of it, but I really can't tell you I can't, I don't know. It's not my favorite thing. I think I'm giving it 3.5 stars, possibly. I didn't make my way all the way through it, and it's like 550 pages, something like that. And the audio was like 24 hours. So it's a quite long audio as well. But finished it this morning today. I was hoping I would finish it yesterday so I could add it to my April books, but I had 20 more minutes to go when I came home yesterday, and I didn't have time to listen over the evening. So that's just how things are sometimes. Another book that I've been making a lot of progress on over the last week was Bourbon and Proof by Victoria Wilder. This is the last and final book in the Bourbon Brothers series, and I am halfway through it now. And this is also over 500 pages. So yeah, this is now a marriage of convenience type of book, and I'm liking it, but I'm not loving it, so I don't know where we're landing. I don't know why I don't love this one as much as I've enjoyed the other two books, but I definitely, I don't know. Maybe if something happens over the last 50%, I will end up giving it a higher rating, but right now it's definitely my least favorite of the three. So yeah, we'll see how things goes with that. I have so many of these weird flies in here. So yeah, hoping that it will become better once I read on. The last thing that I wanted to tell you about was that I started an audio today again after I finished The Devils. I started on The Scarlet Alchemist, I think that's what it's called, by Kylie Lee Baker. This is an alternative history following some Chinese people who try to find and be able to recreate or resurrect people. And this is the story if that happened with alchemy. If that they've discovered a way to do that, this is sort of the alternative history thing. I think I am a third of the way through it, possibly maybe 25%. So I listened to a decent amount today, and it's definitely a fine book so far, but I'm not loving it as much as the horror book I read earlier. So we'll see where we land with this one. But these are the things that I've been working on over the past week and finished. And I don't know if I'm gonna pick up something next or something new over the weekend. I might do, but we'll see. But I think I'm just gonna prioritize trying to finish up the Bourbon and Proof and then have that done. Because I don't know how much time I'm actually going to get to, how much reading time I'm gonna get. So maybe I'm gonna spend the weekend just trying to finish up that. So yeah, that's the plan. Anyway, this was everything I had for you today. Let me know in the comments down below what you've been working on over the last week. And it's super warm today, so I'm feeling a little bit sweaty. Some of that, it's the first day where we have 20 degrees Celsius in Denmark, and my house sort of have windows all the way from one end to another. And the sun is directly in here during the day. So sometimes it could be a bit warm in here. I just need to expect that from now on. So yeah, anyway, this is let me know in the comments down below what you've been working on over the past week. It will be nice to know, have you read any of the books that I've been talking about today? What were your thoughts on them, if you did? And if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video very, very soon. Goodbye.